Hi guys, welcome to another video. Yes, I went and did it. I sold a Holy Grail bag, a bag that is so sought after, a bag that everybody was saying, what on earth are you thinking? Why would you even think about letting that bag go? It is somebody's absolute dream bag. So what am I talking about? I'm talking about the Birkin. Of course, I'm talking about the Birkin. And yes, I did sell it. So hang fire, I'm going to tell you all about it, and I'm also going to tell you what happened with this particular reseller. Unbelievable. So wait for that. But let's unravel all of this. Let's get going. So why on earth would I let go a bag that is an absolute holy grail, that is so sought after, and it is so hard to get? So am I absolutely idiotic? We will see in the future, won't we? But at this moment in time, I am more than happy with my decision, and I will come on to all of that. So why did I sell a bag that is such a dream bag and so hard to get hold of, that if I let that bag go, I will never be able to get it again? That is absolutely for sure. So I had to be 100% happy with my decision before I let that bag go. So let's talk about the Birkin. So my Birkin was the Birkin 30 in Idyl, which is an absolute classic colour. It is a beautiful neutral. It is slightly warmer, but it does have a slightly cool beige undertone, I would say. It's not like a grey cool, but it's not a real creamy colour either. It is somewhere in between. It is a beautiful colour, don't get me wrong. It has the contrast stitching. The 30 is the perfect Birkin size. It just is. So yeah, what on earth am I thinking getting rid of such a beautiful bag? Well, when I did my vlog sale, I did allude to the fact that I was half thinking that this bag could be on the chopping block. And I had so many messages from you guys. So thank you everyone who commented or sent me a DM or anything, because it really did help. I had lots of people telling me to think it through, don't rush into it, use it for a while, make a conscious effort with it, and then decide what to do. I had so many people saying, you clearly don't love it, let it go, and it will allow you to, you know, use that money for whatever you want to use it for. I also had a lot of people who were just basically saying that they would kindly take it off my hands, or gladly take it off my hands. So what was it that made me make that final decision to let that bag go? Well, there was a few things, but I have to say that I already knew deep in my heart, in my gut instinct, I knew I didn't love that bag. I knew that colour with the contrast stitching, that was something I just didn't love it. I didn't know how to style it. I just loved other bags that I have a lot more, and I just didn't use it. I couldn't remember the last time I'd used it. And then when it started to creep into my head that this may be a bag that I might be putting on the chopping block, as soon as that thought hit me, it was staying on the shelf. There was no way I was going to use it, damage it, have wear and tear on it in order to then possibly sell it in the future. For me, I was keeping it as pristine as possible so that if I ended up selling it, I could get firstly the best possible price for it, because of course that's what we're here for. Of course we want to get the best possible price, but also I wanted the person who might be buying it to make sure it was as pristine as possible. So yeah, it sat on the shelf. So what is the point in it sitting there? It just didn't make any sense. And yes, I had a lot of advice saying use it for 6 months and then just see. I was never going to do that, because the moment I would start using it, then I would never sell it. That's just how my brain works. If I'm going to sell it, it needs to stay as pristine as possible, and I need to just sell it and do it because it's now on my mind. If I am testing it out for 6 months, it's sort of like forcing the point. You either love it or you don't, and I don't want to force it because it clearly wasn't my favourite. So I did get to the point where I thought, yes, I am 100% happy to let this bag go. I had no doubts whatsoever. So I decided, right, I will contact a couple of resellers and just get a sense of what this bag is worth, because honestly, how do you value a Birkin 30, a Holy Grail bag? You look on the internet, there are prices that range from here to here. It is crazy. It is absolutely crazy. So for me, I had to get the right price for it. It had to be worth it to me to let that bag go, so that it would never be a regret on the money side of things. I may regret in the future letting it go. I don't think I will, but who knows? But if I sold it for a price I was happy with, then I would never regret that part of it. At least I would never think I let it go for, I gave it away, and all those things. So for me, it had to be the right price. And I also wanted to be fair, because that is who I am. For me, any negotiation, any deal, if you like, that's happening, both parties should be happy with the deal, and then you both walk away feeling like it was the right deal, rather than trying to screw somebody over or whatever. I'm not into all of that. So yeah, I decided I was going to have a think about how to sell it. Now, do I sell it through a reseller, in which case I feel a little bit more comfort that they are going to buy it from me? I'm not dealing with an individual who I don't know, and I've got money coming in, and I don't know, the worry of giving it to somebody, sending it to somebody, and then saying that I hadn't put it in the box, or all those horror stories that you hear. So I did contact a couple of resellers. So I'm not going to mention who they are, because I don't know. Part of me really wants to, but I don't know if it's appropriate to do that. The first one, who I've dealt with before, gave me a very, very reasonable price in my opinion. I had an idea that they would be selling that bag. I mean, let's put it this way. That bag on the resale market looked to me, after doing a lot of research, that resellers were selling that bag for in the region of £17,000. It is such a lot of money. It is absolutely crazy, isn't it? So I knew I wasn't going to get that figure for it, because that was obviously, they need their markup, don't they? How much markup? That is the $1 million question, isn't it? But I did get what I thought was a reasonable offer from a reseller that I have dealt with quite a lot, and you may guess who that is. That gave me an idea of what I believed the true value of the bag was. I also wanted to get another couple of offers, if you like, from resellers, so I could try and work out what I thought was a reasonable price. One didn't come back to me at all, which I was really surprised about, because as I said, this is a Holy Grail bag, and I thought that, I thought they might like it. I thought it would be one that they would want on their website, but one never even came back to me. The other one came back with an email saying they didn't want it. So they did respond at least, but they basically said they didn't want it because they had too much inventory of that type, which was very, very odd to me, because they had one other bag like mine on their website. They did have other Birkins, I'm not going to lie, but it's up to them. They must have thought they had too much inventory. So I was left with just one offer, and then I was chatting to a very, very gorgeous subby who had actually bought something from my vlog sale. So I'm not going to divulge who she is or anything like that for her privacy, but we were chatting because she'd bought something, and she had sort of intimated that she would be interested should I ever want to sell. And we got talking, and I know it sounds really, really silly, but I really liked her. And I just thought, I would rather this bag go to somebody who's very genuine and just would love the bag, just would love it. And she'd had some circumstances, and which I won't go into. And I just thought, I don't know, I just wanted it to go to a nice home, if that makes sense. I just wanted to feel that the bag went to a good home. I know that sounds silly because it's just a bag, but it had a lot of memories for me. And if I could make somebody really happy and they'd be happy with the price, I'd be happy with the price, and I felt secure with that person, then to me that was a better outcome than selling it to a reseller. And I know they're just in business, and I've been in business a long time, and I understand that they are just making a living as much as everybody else is. But I just felt that I would rather this go to an individual who would love it than go to a reseller who will make a lot of money on it, in effect. So I agreed a price with this lady, and yeah, the price was slightly more than the reseller offered me, and I was very open and honest with her about the offer I had received from the reseller. I had two prices from the reseller. I had a buyout price and a consignment price, and we agreed somewhere in the middle with this lady, which I thought was fair because it was a little bit more than the reseller. So I got a little bit more than that they were offering as a buyout, but also it was less than I would have got if I'd have waited and put it on consignment with them. And I thought that was sort of fair because that was a risk to put it on consignment with them. It may not sell. I may have to reduce the price. So that price was slightly high in my view. I might have got it, who knows, but I agreed somewhere in the middle with this lady, and it was a lot less for her than buying at retail, if that makes sense. So we were both happy. I obviously got a lot more than what I paid for the bag in the first place, because the value of them is obviously a lot higher. The price, I believe, was really fair. She was really happy with that. I was really happy with that. And that was it. But the one thing I did do is I did personally take it to meet that person and hand it over to them, because that was the thing about dealing with anybody in the USA. And so I'm sorry guys to all those people that might have been interested, but it just came about that I was talking to this lady and it all happened quite quickly after that. And one of the main things was that I felt like I knew her a little bit, and I also could drive and get it to her. So I didn't have to worry about postage and it getting lost, or, you know, I could actually meet her and she could open it and be happy and all the rest of it. So all in all, it was a really, really nice transaction. But what I want to tell you about the reseller, because firstly, the first reseller, I think, they were very, very fair, and I think you probably know who that is. They were very, very fair with their offers. And then the one that said they didn't want it then did email me back afterwards and say they changed their mind, and actually they did want to give me an offer, and they offered me, and I'm just going to tell you this because much as I'm not talking about price in other respects, I am going to tell you this. They offered me £8,000 for this bag. Now, that was in line with retail, which is just absolutely crazy. It's actually less than current retail. It's less than current retail because the price has gone up since I bought it. And I just think that's absolutely crazy. They had a very similar bag on their website that was older than mine and had more signs of wear than mine. And that they were selling that one for £16,000. So yeah, I think mine would have been on their website for a little bit more than that. Not much more, but a little bit more. But even if it went on their website for £16,000, and I know they've got their taxes to pay and their overheads and their VAT and all the rest of it, but they were in effect going to put it on their website for more than double what they offered me. So that is what resellers are doing. Certain resellers are doing. And I just think, do they think that I am absolutely so naive or so desperate or just an idiot? I don't know. How many people are just giving away their bags? And actually they are worth a lot more than that. It's just crazy to me. I don't understand why people who maybe are selling, like myself, I would get 2 or 3 quotes if I could. And the price compared to the other reseller that was very fair, we were talking thousands and thousands more, not a couple of £100. So yeah, I think that sometimes the resellers are just, maybe they rely on the fact that people who are selling their Hermes bags just can afford to give them away. I don't know, but this Hermes lover can't and wouldn't. So I would love to know what you guys think about all of it. Do you think I will have made the biggest mistake of my life, and in future I'll be thinking, why did I let that bag go? I don't think I will. I am very, very fortunate to have other Hermes bags in my collection. I have other Birkins in my collection, and I've sort of, it's part of the reason for letting that one go, is it was my least loved ones of all the Birkins I have, and it leaves me with a 35, a 30 and a 25. So I sort of feel that I still have got the right bags for my collection, and I'm not going to miss this one. I just don't think I will miss it. So I don't think I've made a mistake. Time will tell. But yeah, let me know, guys, what you think about the resellers. I just think it's a minefield trying to sell these bags. If ever there is a tale to be told that bags are not investments. Now, yes, I did sell this bag for more than I paid for it. So in that respect, I've sort of more than got my money back on this particular bag. But that is a real one-off. It really, really is. So please do not buy bags assuming that you will be able to get your money back or even make money. It is very rare that we can do that. So yeah, a cautionary tale, but also I am so happy. Honestly, when I met the lady, she was the loveliest lady you will ever meet, and I am so happy that she now has this bag. She absolutely adores it, and I am so happy. Honestly, it's made me so happy that I managed to sell my bag to her, because yeah, she's a very genuine person who will love it. So all's well that ends well, as they say. Anyway, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you on another one.